Hey everyone. So if you're drawing portraits, but you're having a hard time getting it to look like the person that you're actually drawing and you're struggling with that, this video is going to be great for you because I'm going to show you an exercise that artists do to get better at getting that likeness. Okay, so let's dive in. So this kind of drawing is called a continuous line drawing. And what you're going to do is you're actually not going to start with a pencil sketch at all. And what that accomplishes is that when you're using a pencil sketch, a lot of the time, and this probably has been happening to you, you realize that you're spending so much time just erasing and getting frustrated and going back and forth. So instead, what you're going to do is you're going to use your pen to go around the form and you're going to look at big shapes. And so this is going to accomplish a few things. So first of all, this is going to help you to loosen up and it's going to help you start focusing more on the big shapes that make up the face and the structure as opposed to getting caught up in the details of the facial features. Now, the reason that that's important is that portraits are actually kind of not very forgiving when it comes to getting a likeness. And when you're trying to get a likeness and you have the facial feature that is just like even a quarter of an inch off or like a millimeter off, it's going to really mess up your portrait. So what you're going to do instead is you're just going to go around and you're just going to keep going until you kind of get the feel for the shapes. And if it looks bad, and it will at first, it often does, just don't worry and keep going. And as you go, you're sort of like revising as you go. So it's kind of a very automatic process where you're building that hand-eye coordination. So seriously, this is something that artists work on a lot. And you can look at artists like Giacometti, and people like that from art history who have used this technique to draw really incredible artworks. Okay, so the most important things when you do this are first, you don't want to be a perfectionist. You just want to go be automatic about it. Don't worry. That's so important. The second thing is that you want to just kind of like go with the flow and have like one line. You can pick your hand up. It's not a big deal if you pick your hand up here and there, but you want to be looking at what you're actually drawing. So I'm working here from different photographs and you're just sort of like going over and you're working on sort of like training your eye. So I really do think that if you were to do this maybe like once every day for like a week or so, you would start to notice a really big difference in your portraits. So this is something that I recommend to everyone who's trying to get better at portraiture, because portraiture, you can kind of get into a cycle of frustration if you're trying to like always be doing a lot of measurements and things like that. So this is supposed to be a lot more automatic, and you don't want to overthink it. So if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, like the video, and let me know if you try this in the comments. And when you're doing this kind of drawing, you can really start anywhere. I tend to start with the facial features like the eyes and the nose, and then I just go around the form until I'm happy with it. If you end up overworking, again, it's not a big deal. Just kind of like try to use this to free yourself and be less perfectionistic. Thanks again. See you next time.